Welcome to this DaVinci Resolve Fusion node breakdown. Today's node is the Vector Motion Blur. Now, the Vector Motion Blur is used to create motion blur based off of motion vector maps, or AOVs, which stands for Arbitrary Output Variable. And these AOVs, or vector maps, can be generated from 3D programs, such as Blender or Houdini or whatever 3D program you're using. Now, mind you, not all renderers can output AOVs or vectors. So you want to make sure you double check whatever 3D program you're using. And I know Blender does when you use cycles. And I primarily use Redshift for my actual rendering in Houdini. And I know Redshift does as well. And I believe most of the other good ones, like Arnold and RenderMan, they all allow you to export AOVs. So we're going to jump into Blender, and I'm going to show you how to do it if you're using Blender using cycles. So in Blender, I've got just a quick scene, girl running, and I threw some lights in just so we can have some change of lights. And I just want to make sure we had something with motion, so we can show motion blur. Now, in most rendering programs, you do have the option to add motion blur to your actual render, but all renderers are going to pretty much double in time once you start doing this. And in Blender, if we go to our render tab, if we look down here, we have an option for motion blur. So if we have this checked, it's going to render our motion blur based off our shutter speeds and everything we have set in here. But like I said, this is going to add additional time to your render. So Fusion allows you to add motion blur to your renders, so you don't have to use the extra render time. So in Blender, once you have your scene set up, if you uncheck motion blur and then go up to your file formats, you want to make sure, one, you have your file format set to OpenEXR multi-layer. That way you can export multiple render data information within one file. And whether it's zip, that's all up to you. And save a location for it. And then if we go down here and we look at what data we want to include in our passes, we just want to make sure we check this vector right here. You can check whatever you want, but for this one, I just did my combined and vector in my Z channel, apparently. So once you have that set up, all you have to do is render out your file. Now we're going to jump back into Fusion. And once you have your file rendered, you can go to Fusion and add a loader node. And this is what we're opening. So you open your file. And when we do, we've got that render. And the first thing I see is I need to change my gamut. So I'm going to add a gamut. And I'm going to make it easy and just change it to sRGB, because I'm not actually rendering this out or anything. So I'll go over here, leave my source to no change. My output source I will change to sRGB. So now we have our little character running. But if you notice, there's no motion blur. So in order to get motion blur, what we need to do is, first I'm going to add a background so we can kind of see what's going on. Get a merge node. I'm going to merge our info in there. And my render size and my Fusion comp are two different sizes, so we will transform this and size it down. There we go. So you can see in my original render, there's zero motion blur on our little character running here. So in order to add motion blur, we're going to take our original loader, Control C, Control V, we're going to copy it. And on this loader, we're going to go up to Format and drop down our channels list. Now right up here you can see we're using our combined RGB and alpha for our red, green, and blue and alpha channels, and we're going to change this to vector X, vector Y, and vector Z. So now our channels are bringing in that vector data, that motion and speed data in vector format. Now to be able to read this, what we need is to bring in our vector motion blur. And we'll go ahead and add that. And we'll find a nice area. And oops, we added it to the wrong one. So your vector motion blur has multiple inputs. So your first input is going to be your actual image. So we'll bring that in, your actual image. Your second input is going to be your vector data, or your green input. And we've also got a effect mask input, and we have got a vector mask input. So we're going to take this transform and swap it around. There we go. So we can see what's going on. So I'm going to bring it up to where I got motion going on, and I'm going to bring up our vector. Now up in your vector, you have the ability to change your channels, and by default it's set to vector X and vector Y, but we don't have this information. We do have red information for our X, and we have green information for our Y. So now you can see it just automatically applied our motion blur. So if I play this through, we now have motion blur on our footage. Now if you need to flip your X and Y channels, you can, because different 3D software uses different up vectors. You can lock your scale in your X and Y, and we can change our scale. So if we want to make our motion blur insane, we can make it insane. So that is the vector motion blur node. I will see you in the next node breakdown.